Hello, and welcome to the Ultimate Autism Parent Self-Care Virtual Workshop. I am your host, Karen Casso, and today we are going to talk about how you can embrace simple self-care for inner peace no matter what is going on around you. So today you're going to discover how you can easily add simple self-care practices to your day that will help you reduce overwhelm, manage your stress levels, and help you show up as the parent your unique kiddo needs you to be, all in 5 minutes a day or less. And it really is possible. But first, before we dive in, let's make sure this workshop is the right fit for you. You are a great fit for this workshop if you're an autism parent looking for practical self-care strategies that fit into your busy life. You are eager to learn simple yet effective techniques to find inner peace amidst the chaos and struggles that you sometimes face while parenting your autistic child. You struggle with prioritizing your own needs, especially when it comes to your kiddo. And maybe you haven't gotten the results you wanted when you've tried different self-care activities in the past. And finally, you are committed to taking actionable steps towards improving your self-care habits. This might not be the right place for you if you're looking for a cure for your child's autism. That's not what we're offering. That's not what we believe in. That isn't anything that's actually possible. If you are skeptical about the effectiveness of self-care practices and you doubt their ability to make a difference for you and your family, you're already facing an uphill battle when it comes to getting the self-care that you need. If you are not willing to try some new self-care strategies, which again, super simple things you can do in 5 minutes a day or less, this may not be the place for you. And if you're currently dealing with significant personal or family issues that require immediate attention and focus, self-care is a wonderful part of your process and your path to wellness and healing for your family. This isn't the place you should be starting. That is something you should be working with a trained professional, your child's care team, to support you together. And finally, if you don't have 5 to 10 minutes a day to spend on your self-care, this might not be the right fit for you, but I'm pretty sure we can all find 5 or 10 minutes in our day. So who am I? I am Karen Casso. I'm a self-care coach for autism parents, founder of Out of Your Ordinary, and the host of the Your Ordinary podcast. And just so that you can know a little bit more about me, I have been an autism mom. My oldest is going to be turning 14 very soon, so going on about 14 years. I myself am neurospicy. Helping others is my passion. It is something that I just feel so strongly. When we support each other, everyone does better. Reading is my favorite hobby. And my nickname used to be the librarian, which is appropriate because one of my favorite activities to do with myself is to learn lots of information and then find different ways that I can help support people with the information that I consume. And in the past 10 years, I've used that skill to support thousands of autism families. And I hope that you find this training supportive and helpful to you and your family. Tea is my preferred warm beverage. I do enjoy a cup of coffee very rarely, bonus points if it is Dunkin' Donuts coffee, but I am a sugar fiend and am trying to work off of that a little bit. And finally, I use knitting as a productive form of socially acceptable stimming. So my hands are very rarely not moving, and I've made some really amazing things knitting on the go. My mission as a self-care coach and as an autism parent is to help other autism parents get the self-care they need so that they can be the parents their autistic kiddos deserve. This is a challenging situation that we and our families are experiencing. Getting the self-care you need, the self-care you deserve, helps not only you do better, but it helps you be a better parent for your kiddo. And I think that's something that we all need. So, how did I get here? Overnight success? Not exactly. Like many of us, my life changed dramatically in 2020, and it was all for the better. In the span of about 6 months, we had two kids with two broken arms, two kids who had surgery on the same day. We had a COVID experience before anyone knew COVID was a thing. And then we had lockdown. All the while we were homeschooling and doing about between 25 to 40 hours of therapy and appointments a week between myself and the two kids. And it was just a lot. When things kind of slowed down with the pandemic, we actually got a break. And during that break, I realized that I wanted more for myself. I wanted more for my kiddos. And I started an online marketing business, which through a series of very interesting clients that I worked with and different coaches that I had worked with and written for, led me to discover the fact that I had a message to share and I wanted to support parents and I wanted to support families. And that is where we are today. So if you want to feel like yourself again, you want to enjoy being a parent and prioritize your well-being, I'm here to show you how you can do those things. And that is what my journey in 2020 and beyond has been all about. So over the next 30 minutes, I'm going to share with you simple, actionable strategies that will help you get the self-care you need to reach your goals. And the best part is that everything you do to take care of yourself will also help you take better care of your autistic kiddo. Because when your needs are met, and yes, self-care is a need, it becomes easier to be the best caregiver you can. And that is something that both you and your kiddo both deserve. So, where do we start? It's simple, and it only takes 5 minutes a day. And the three main ways we can get this type of self-care are mindfulness, gratitude, and affirmations. So, what exactly is mindfulness? You may have ideas, and you can even see with this really cute picture, it looks like, there's a guy just chilling on a rock staring out at nature. Mindfulness can be that, but mindfulness is really more so the practice of paying attention to the present moment that you're in, really being where you are, when you are, and experiencing life as it is happening around you. It helps you to be aware of your thoughts, feelings, and sensations, including the surroundings that you're in, without judgment. Mindfulness encourages acceptance of experiences as they happen. So you aren't in a position of constantly wanting to change things. It also allows you to stay grounded and focused on the here and now, all while cultivating a sense of calm, clarity, and inner peace. And these are all things as autism parents that we need, first of all, but that can be inherently challenging because of the situations we sometimes find ourselves in with our children. So, the benefits of mindfulness sound pretty great, right? Reduces stress, it improves emotional regulation, and it fosters a sense of calm. And that's for you as a parent practicing mindfulness. Here are some quick and easy ways that you can do beginner mindfulness practice. Breath awareness is always a very simple one to do because your breath is always with you. Simply pay attention to the breathing that you're doing, how the air is moving in through your nose, into your body, and how you're exhaling. Another really simple mindfulness technique is to do a body scan. Just pause for a moment, check in with your body, start either at your head and work your way down to your toes, or start at your toes and work your way up to your head, and just scan body part by body part to see if you're holding on to any areas of tension or pain. Sensory awareness. Practice mindfulness by tuning into your senses. So look at what you can see, think about what you can hear, smell, taste, and touch in everyday activities, and especially as a grounding activity when you are in a period of stress. Paying attention to the sensory environment you're in is a very easy way to practice mindfulness. You could also do mindful movement like Tai Chi or yoga. And the fifth, very simple way to get a little mindfulness practice is to do some mindful journaling. Simply dedicate a few minutes each day to journaling your thoughts and feelings. It's a great way to allow yourself to express and process your experience without judgment. Gratitude practice is one of my favorite things to do, and I'm not over exaggerating when I say my gratitude practice has changed my life. It's as simple as writing down three things that you're grateful for. And that's really it. You can make it as complicated as you would like. You can add all different sorts of gratitude prompts. You could follow my gratitude practice, which is that I write down three things that I'm grateful for. And in my house, I have my husband and my two kids. I write down one thing that each of them did that day that I'm grateful for. And I also write down any wins or any great things that happened that day. And I do this every evening before I go to bed. And what I have found is it trains my brain to focus on the good that I see around me. If you've ever heard the phrase, catch your kids being good, it trains you to notice the good things that they're doing, the positive things that they're doing. And after a while, and for me, it took about 2 weeks, I started noticing more good things they were doing. And as they were doing more good things, and I was noticing more good things, they kept doing more good things. And eventually we got to a place where we're not having nearly as many challenges as we used to have, and our relationship is much stronger. Gratitude really, legitimately, and truly was a huge factor in changing my life and the life of everyone in my family. So, the benefits of gratitude, now that we've shared a little bit about a couple of easy ways to do it each day, it's going to boost your mood and happiness. When you see good things, when you pay attention to them, it naturally is going to make you happier. It reduces stress and anxiety. It really takes away, for me, a lot of that future fear that I found that I used to have. And it helps you focus on what's happening around you. Like we've already said, it rewires your brain to focus on the positive. And I'm sure you can imagine as autism parents why that's a great thing for us to do. It also strengthens your relationships because when you are actively looking for things to be grateful for, it becomes a lot easier to have gratitude for those relationships with the people that are nearest and closest to you. And it also fosters empathy and compassion. We're going to talk a little bit more about both of those tomorrow, but just know that the stronger your ability to empathize with someone, especially your kiddo, to be able to experience how they are perceiving an event or an action, it allows you to make choices that are more aligned with creating a stronger relationship that is built on compassion. And daily affirmations are also a wonderful way to get a little mindfulness break in. Just a few simple words and an easy to notice daily reminder can make a huge difference for you. Who else is going to tell you what a great job you're doing parenting your autistic kiddo? For me, it was one of those challenges where you get the phrase, I just don't know how you do it. Well, there's a lot of days I don't know how I do it either. And while I understand the feeling that someone is trying to convey when they say that to me, the fact is that autism parenting can be lonely and it most certainly is stressful. And there are very few people who truly understand what we go through. And it can be really difficult feeling like you are in a situation where you don't have a lot of control over how your day is going to go. And you're doing your best and you're trying your best, and it still isn't enough to help your kiddo feel safe and to help your days go smoothly and to help them thrive. Daily affirmations work to counteract all of those nagging questions and those limiting beliefs about how your life looks and how you feel and what is going on. And they are an incredible part of my self care toolkit. And with the free resource we have available today, we're going to dive a little bit more deeply into those daily affirmations. The benefits of daily affirmations, like we talked about, it reduces self doubt and fear. It lets you know that you are doing a good job and you are making a difference and you are doing the best that you can. It enhances your resilience to setbacks. When you go through a challenging experience, if you have an affirmation or a mantra that you use to help yourself through it, it trains your brain to not focus on the challenge that you went through and to focus on getting through it and getting to the other side of it. Affirmations also cultivate a sense of empowerment because it lets you feel, it tells you that you are doing something, that you're doing the best that you can, that you are trying your hardest, that you are working through challenging situations and doing the best that you can do. It also helps you break free from limiting beliefs because if you unfortunately get stuck in that mindset of, everything is so challenging and this is so difficult and it's never going to be different, and I'm not going to spiral here on you, but you know what I'm talking about, those days where everything gets very, very difficult. Affirmations can be a point where you stop and you say, nope, I'm not going to let that story keep playing in my head, and you can get yourself back on a path towards happiness and resilience. They also reinforce desired behaviors and habits. So if you want to stay more present for your child, say especially while they're having a meltdown, this was a huge challenge for me. It's very difficult to be presented with a child who is having a meltdown, especially if there are safety issues at play and you feel like your job as a parent is to keep your child safe. And if they're struggling and you're struggling, a mantra or an affirmation, which is really just words that you say out loud or silently. If your kiddo has a hard time with that, you say it to yourself: I am safe. My child is safe. We are getting through this experience. I repeated that to myself a lot of times over the years, and eventually we don't have meltdowns like that anymore. Having that mantra, having that affirmation helped me to do the things I needed to do to help my kiddo get through those big feelings and those big meltdowns. It helped reinforce that I wanted to be that calm, safe person for them, and it enabled us to get to the other side together safely. And now it's time for my favorite self care activity: meditation. So, there are so many different ways that you can do meditation. And I am a certified meditation instructor, so I have information on several of them. These are 5 of the easiest to get started with, and we are going to just kind of take them one by one. The first is we talk about a guided meditation. A guided meditation is very, very simple. You are going to listen to a recording or a video, and it's just going to walk you through. You're going to do your best to focus on the words that you hear and follow the instructions there. Silent meditation, a little more challenging for some folks. That's where you sit silently, focus on your thoughts or your breath as they occur, and try to bring your focus back to your thoughts or back to your breath as you are sitting in silence. A mantra meditation can be similar to a silent meditation. You can do that silently, or you could repeat a mantra over and over to yourself And again, mantra, kind of a fancy word. It's really just an affirmation. Nature meditation, do any meditation you want, but do it out in nature. For many people, nature is a very calming and grounding experience. So, adding that to any of the meditations you're already doing can just help magnify that. And then number 5 is a sleep meditation. I know many of us have a hard time winding down at the end of the day. Bedtime procrastination, sleep procrastination is a huge challenge for a lot of people I have worked with and a lot of autism parents that I know. You get to the end of the day, it feels like it's the only time you have to be by yourself, and you just want to stay up and have some alone time. Try a sleep meditation to help wind down your brain, wind down your body, get yourself ready to go to bed so that you can get the sleep that you need. And again, a sleep meditation can also be a guided meditation or a silent meditation. One thing I hear a lot about meditation, especially when I tell people that I am a meditation instructor, is that they have all these misconceptions and all of these ideas about meditation. And the first is that you have to clear your mind completely. I want you to know that many people believe that meditation requires completely emptying their mind of thoughts. But in reality, it's about observing the thoughts that pop into your head without judgment and then gently bringing the focus of your mind back to the present moment. It's not about eliminating your thoughts. It's not about judging your thoughts. It's about noticing what comes to your mind and then letting it float away. Misconception number 2, you have to stop thinking. And it's impossible to stop your thoughts altogether. And if you try to do that, it can lead to frustration, putting it mildly. So instead, meditation teaches you how to observe the thoughts you have with detachment. So you're noticing that it's happening, but you're not really tied to the thoughts, and you let them just pass from your mind without getting caught up in them. Number 3, and this is a big one, I hear autism parents specifically telling me that one of the reasons they won't do meditation, and that's thinking you have to be in a calm or a quiet environment. And while it would be lovely, and certainly a peaceful environment can enhance your meditation experience, it's not necessary. And practicing mindfulness can actually help you find peace and focus even in noisy or chaotic surroundings. So if you're practicing your mindfulness, like I used to and like I still do when my kid's in the middle of a meltdown, it actually helps me to stay more calm and more present the next time we have a meltdown and I need to practice that level of mindfulness and awareness to help manage them and guide them through their meltdown. Again, it's too difficult for beginners. And meditation, it can seem challenging, it can seem daunting at first, but it is a skill that anyone can develop and learn and get better with practice. It's called a meditation practice, not a medication or meditation success. I don't know. It's a practice. You keep trying, you get better, it gets easier, you do better. And oh, looks like we went backwards. Okay, sorry. You have to be cross-legged, sitting on the floor. That is a posture that is a common meditation posture. It is not your only option. You can meditate while sitting on a chair. You can meditate while lying down. You can even meditate while standing up, which is something that I have done a lot during my kiddos' meltdowns as I'm supporting them through it. So here's how you can fit mindfulness into your busy day in 5 minutes a day or less. Again, start with just a few minutes a day. Really, 5 minutes a day is enough of a time period that you will start to see some actionable results. If you integrate mindfulness into your existing routines, so for me, I do my gratitude practice at the end of the night after I've gotten ready for bed and I have gotten underneath the covers. You can also say that you will do your affirmations in the morning when you're brushing your teeth, or that you will do a body scan every time you sit in your car before you start driving. Take a minute or two and just check in with yourself, see how your body is feeling. Use guided meditations, apps, or recordings to easily integrate some guided meditations into your day. They are one of the easiest ways to get started with a meditation practice and with any mindfulness activity. Take advantage of small breaks because your day is hectic, I'm sure, and you have lots of little pockets of time, if you're anything like I am, where you're just not exactly sure what to do with that time. Instead of pulling your phone out and scrolling on Instagram or whatever your favorite time suck on the internet is, take advantage of that break. Do a quick body scan. If you're able to plug some headphones in and do a quick guided meditation, do that. If you can take a 2-minute break in the bathroom by yourself, do a couple of affirmations. It's all about finding time to fit self care in when you can have it so that we are continuously emptying out our daily stress bucket so that it doesn't overflow. And then my number one tip, don't know why I put it at the bottom, but that is to prioritize and schedule your self care breaks. If you are someone like me who has a very active child who requires a lot of interaction and attention, and you have a full therapy appointment schedule, and maybe you also have a job, or you have other commitments that take up a lot of your time, or you're in school, or any of the bajillion other things that could be taking up your time, it is okay to put on your calendar that you're going to take this 10 minutes after dinner. If you need to put it on your calendar to make it happen, then put it on your calendar so that it happens, because you do deserve self care. And if you have to schedule it to get it done, then that's what you need to do. And my number one tip for practicing mindfulness, and that is to be flexible and forgiving. Understand that meditation practice may not always go as planned, especially with the caregiving responsibilities that you have. Be flexible with your expectations and forgive yourself if you can't make the self care happen on one day, or if you miss a session that you had scheduled for yourself. It's called a practice, not a perfection, for a lot of reasons. And the big challenge here is that we don't want to let a bad day turn into a bad week, turn into a bad month. It's okay to say that we are going to be flexible and forgiving. We also want to make sure we're not using that as an excuse to continue not taking care of ourselves. And as a big, giant thank you for coming to today's call, you are going to receive a free copy of Discover Your Personalized Mindfulness Routine, a guide for autism parents. It's your gift for joining today's session. It's going to help you work through some of your feelings, some of your challenges, some of the triggers that are a problem for you in your life with your unique individual circumstances. And it's also going to help you choose from 30 different self care activities that you can create your ideal mindfulness routine with, no matter what else is going on around you. Because again, just 5 to 10 minutes a day can have a serious impact. So I just want to say thank you for joining us for day one of the Ultimate Autism Parent Self-Care Workshop. I hope you feel inspired to embrace mindfulness and meditation as powerful tools for self-care. If you have any questions, pop them in the chat below if you are inside the Autism Parent Facebook group. If you are catching this by replay on from the email list, go ahead and just reply to the email. If you have any questions, I will get you sorted. We have a lot of awesome stuff coming up. So stay tuned for more insights and practices to support your self-care journey. And like I said, if you are an already member, please join us inside the Autism Parent Support Group on Facebook. The link to join is located inside your copy of Discover Your Personalized Mindfulness Routine. I hope you have an awesome day, and we will be back tomorrow.